Hey guys, it's Haley from Haley's Design Studios. I just want to start off with saying that those of you that come back and you watch my videos consistently, or you're subscribing, or you're commenting, or whatever it is you do, I do appreciate it. I'm having more of a steady growth here lately. It's still slow, but it is steady. And I'm at 206 subscribers now. I am slowly getting there. So just know that any of you that subscribe or that you comment, I do see it, and I do appreciate it very, very, very much. There's a few things I want to get into before we start this week's of what all have I made in the last 2 weeks. And this is probably not everything, but it's everything that I was able to find that I did make, and yeah, all of that good stuff. So, with that being said, I am part of a few Patreons, and I did have to leave one, more for my mental health than anything at all. I just realized I wasn't participating as much, so it wasn't worth it to me. Now, there is one where I don't really participate in because I don't have the time. I do try to post things, but there are just some days where I can't. Between my YouTube, working full time, being in the Discord and the lounge with my other Patreons, I just did not have the time to. But I do get a free pattern for every month, and to me that's worth it. Now, some patterns are priced higher than what I pay, and some are priced lower. So it balances it out, and then I do get to be able to, I don't have a whole lot, so I'm not exactly probably one of her ideal testers, but I do get priority testing. There is one that I am a part of strictly because there is a mod that I like, and I do love her patterns, and I like being able to, when she comes out with a few, I go and use her coupon and buy them. So there's that. So, and then there is one where we're going to have a possible crochet retreat. Her name is Kat from Kat's Crafty Crochet Corner. So that is coming up. I am a mod on her Discord. Y'all will hear me talk about Kat a lot. Kat is one of my best friends. And there's just a lot going on. One of my friends is getting married. I got to go to my first football game this past weekend, which was exciting. So if I'm not if I'm even less energetic than I normally am, I do apologize. That was yesterday. We did not get home until 10:30 at night, and we left at 8 o'clock. I think it was even a few minutes before 8 we left. So, it was a long day yesterday. But with that being said, this is the start of my fall break, so I have 2 weeks off before I go back to work. So that means I have 2 weeks to prep for my markets, because the week that I go back to work, I'm not going to try and make anything new. I'm going to do all my tagging, inventory, any last minute embroidery. I have been spending some time this week in embroidering some things as I get them done. But there are still a lot of things that need embroidery or that need, something done to them. Whether it's tacking a head on, tacking the tail, or things like that. So I have a lot of that coming up. I've actually been making a lot of the stuff that's on my list. And now my lists aren't your typical list. I need to make 15 chickens. I need to make 5 turtles. I don't do all that. I make what I want to make, and I make new things. So while it may be the same item, it's going to be something different than what I took the time before. Because this market is one that I have done 5 times now. I did a one day, December 2023, where I did not have as much crochet stuff because I was just getting started. So my prices were very discounted. They were not up to like what my pricing is now. So that market I took snakes, and they were pretty small. They were not like my normal whatever. And so then come spring of the next year, I finally figured out some things, got better at my crocheting because I spent time that winter crocheting and getting things made. So I did better that one. And then I went back in October because I never had did a 2-day. I'm so sorry about the lighting. So I've never done a 2-day at that one as of October of last year. So I was like, I'm going to do a 2-day. I'm going to see if it's worth it. Well, I made over $1,200. So it was very much worth it. Now, mind you, I did get a hotel room. So, you know, I didn't last year. Last year I just drove back and forth. But that added more time. And, like, I used more gas. So it ended up being about $100 in gas. And then, you know, I typically don't worry about food when I'm there, because either if my mom goes with me, she'll buy it, or like if my husband goes with me, he'll buy the food. Or like on days like where last year I split, where my husband went with me one day and my mom came with me the next day. My husband bought the food for me and him, and then me and my mom, I paid for it. So we did that. So this market is very special to me. Did it again in December of last year. I brought over home $1,400 in plushie inventory. I think it was $1,490 is what I brought home. $80 worth of that was some nativity scenes that my husband had welded. So we sold all of those. Gonna have some of those again this year. I will have 10 at the start of my season, and I'm hoping that I'll have enough to last for that December market as well. But if not, we can always make more. So that's some things that he is doing for me. So then I did back again this past April. It was a 2-day. Was it really worth getting a hotel room and staying profit-wise? No. But would it have been worth it to drive back and forth either? No, not really. And me and my husband kind of got to spend the weekend together, so like it was worth it. Like it got us out of the house. So we will do that again. I would do it again because of that reason. Me and my husband enjoy doing this market. And it's just very nice. So it's coming up again this October, and I have a whole lot of things because I have kids that come to me at every market. Like they come specifically looking for things. I've got one that I really only see her in December, and that's because she's got birthday money. And so I've seen her the last 2 Decembers, but I don't see her any other time during the year. Doesn't mean that she didn't come. She just doesn't come stop by my booth. But she does, and she is just so respectful, so awesome. But so with that being said, let's get into some things that I take that are going to be new this year, and then we'll talk about some things, like some repeat things that I might be taking. Well, I don't know if we'll get into that this video. I may do that in my inventory. Okay, something new that I tried was this turtle pattern. It's a free one on Instagram. I don't quite remember who the creator is right off the top of my head. So, but this is, I like it except for these front bubbles. I think that this one needs to be moved over. But, you know, it's a different style turtle and it's something new. It's made in the jumbo yarn instead of the smaller yarn. So, I sold these for $15, so I have 1, 2, I think I have 5 of those total, but I just have 2 right now. But okay. So another new thing that I made is, this is a chunky mon. This is from Make Studio. This is her Bellossom one. I don't know how many of y'all realize, but I love all of these things. These things are so cute, and they're so worth the time that it takes to make them. I can get one done in about 40 minutes. So, there's that. And I charge $20 for these guys. Some newer things that I am taking that I have made this week are, let me get all of them out. Okay. I made 4 more snakes. 2 in this. So 1 does not have eyes, 1 does. So there's those. And then I made a light blue one, and then this green one. So that I sold these for $15 a piece. That's what we'll start them out as. I've never taken these to a market before, so we shall see. I've never really used these eyes before. We shall see how well they do. But yes. Okay, another new thing I'm taking is these stingrays. Charge $8 for these guys, and then they go flying off the shelf. I may bump them up or keep them and just have them when I have them, because my $8 things I trade out so often, and I'm finding new things, whether they're easier to make or they're quicker or whatever, and I just love them. So I have 3 of these in here. Okay. Something else new I am making is sharks. So I have 2 of this one. This is the hammerhead. This pattern is by jennscraftycreations. It is her shark pattern. Now I did buy this when she was running a sale, so I've had my eye on the shark pattern for a while, and I've been wanting a good shark pattern. I'm gonna charge $35 for this guy, because while this from here to here is one piece, you have to sew this on, sew these on, and sew this on. So I mean, there is some time to this. So I can get one done in about 2 hours after all the sewing and stuff. So, but this guy is $35. Okay, I've made all 3 of her sharks, so I'm gonna try and do those back to back. Alright, so this is her whale shark. As you can tell, it turned out quite a bit bigger. So this is going to be $45 or $50, depending on how much I want to charge for it. It had a lot more details to it, so it took more work. Still had to sew this on, these on, and this on. But I mean, it was a great pattern, and I may have overstuffed just a tiny bit, but that's okay. So there's this one. And then I made her great white shark. This one I'm going to be charging $35 for. Of course, this to here, one piece. These you sew on. This, and this you sew on as well. All 3 of her sharks are just so, like, great. Like, I love this pack. So you get all 3 of these in one pack. I don't know how much it is off the top of my hand, but I will say this much: you pay for what you get. and her patterns are very good. So there's that. Okay, Hook Crochet Co. come out with a ghost pattern. So I made it in jumbo yarn. I'm going to charge $12 for this guy. And, I mean, I have other jumbo ghosts, but, like, I just wanted to try a new pattern. And this one I may do a couple more of, because I've got some jumbo yarn that I'm trying to use up. Because, as we're talking about, we are going through the stash busting. The only things I am not going through is my Posh. I'm not going through that as quickly. But, like, my Premier Basics that I have behind me. The Sweet Snuggles Light. Parfait Chunky is here. I'm trying to use all of that. So, I've made this. Oh, here's a couple more of those turtles. I knew I had more of those turtles. Alright, what else? Oh, another stingray. So it does make 4 of these. Okay, I made another little leggy froggy. I made it out of this teal green color. I've actually got a lot of these, and I'm super excited about that. Because I'm going to put these in my $8 bin. Okay. So this is a free pattern off of Instagram. This is Sweet Beans Crochet. This is her Capybara pattern. Okay, so I have made one other capybara. But it does not look like a capybara. Or it didn't to me. Now the kid picked it up and was like, "Is this a capybara?" And I was like, "Yep." Wasn't going to argue with the kid. It's whatever it's meant to be. I made it from Crochet by Jenna's book. And it just wasn't something that I would make again. Not that the pattern's not great. Not that nothing's wrong with it. I just didn't like the look of it. In my booth, my plushies have a certain look to them. And sometimes it just doesn't fit in. So, but her mouse pattern, now, I will make that again. And that's really what I need to make after I get done with these videos. But these are going to be 15. And I have 5 of these. So, but you know, that is pretty productive for me. Because I will tell you this much. I made 5 of these guys. So that is $75. Plus another $75. So it's $150. This one, we're going to just say $45 right now. No, I take that back. We're going to say 50. So that makes 200. Because I only made 1 of these. I made 2 of these. And 2 of these. So, and that's $35 a piece. So that's $140 there. So it's $340. Plus 60. So it's $400. We've already counted those. Alright. All of these are $8. So that's 40, 440. $20 is $460. Plus this makes $472. Now you gotta think about it. That is a lot in a short amount of time. So, you know, this is the week that I have done. I'm gonna go back and you may see this video me sitting in the same spot, because the next video I'm gonna talk about these patterns and do 2 separate videos for them. One for the free patterns that I have tried new, and then my paid patterns, of course, I will do a video for. So we are still doing the free Instagram challenge post. Then we are also doing the Crochet Your Stash collection. So you go through and find patterns that you've made, or that you've bought that you have not made, and so that's what I will be doing as well. I have about 3 new patterns I need to talk about, and then a few paid ones. So with that being said, I'm gonna get off here. I hope y'all have liked this video. I hope y'all enjoy that part about my markets and my market experience at this market, because y'all hear me talk about this market a lot because I do it 3 times a year. I do it in April, in the spring, the fall, in October, and the winter for December. I do it all 3. And yeah, and I'm typically one of the only crocheters there. Most of the time there's only 2. So, and if they don't come back, then I'm the only one. So, we shall see how this year goes for me. And just see how well I do. I've got a whole lot of different things, and I will be doing that in an inventory video of some new things that I am going to be taking for my returning customers. We're going to go through that inventory again probably a couple weeks from now, the week I go back to work. So I'm not going to try and do anything during my fall break of trying to take inventory and all that. I'm just going to keep working, keep cranking out some things, pushing myself, challenging myself, and I will tell you right now, I have some of the best friends in the world, and I'm going to start listing them for you. So the first off is Kat. Love Kat to death. You know, Kat's not everybody's favorite person, but she's one of my favorite people. I talk to her daily. We go live together every Sunday, which is Sunday, so that means we are going to be going live tonight, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So, the other person I need to talk about is Maria. She doesn't really have like a YouTube and stuff, but I will put her, I'm going to give her a shout out down in the description box. All of them that are listed, they're going to have their own little section with their Instagram name or their YouTube name for you to go and find them. Like I said, Maria doesn't do a whole lot of posting and stuff. She has started to. So, even if she hasn't posted a whole lot, just go and follow or subscribe or whatever. And just show some love. Same thing with Kat. We're trying to get Kat to 2K by the end of the year, or we would like to by the end of October. So we're going to keep track of that and just see how well she grows. My goal has already been hit for the year. It's 200. So anything on top of this is just gravy. My next goal would be, of course, 300, but my ultimate goal by the end of next year would be to be monetized. I would love to see that happen. I don't know if it will or not. Like, a lot of my family subscribes to my YouTube channel. They may not watch all my videos, but they do subscribe. They do at least do that much if they don't do nothing else. That's a subscriber count that I have. My coworkers are all excited about my YouTube, and they're like, well, send me your YouTube so I can keep watch of everything. And so they love seeing things that I do and things that I make, and it warms my heart to do that. This past year, when I started the school year, I was talking to one of them about my YouTube, and she was like, you have a YouTube? And I was like, yeah. And so she subscribed to my channel then, because she had seen me pop up. So she's been watching me, and then I had another coworker in front of me, and I was like, what's your YouTube? I'll go subscribe right now. And he did right then and there at one of our conferences. And I was like, oh my goodness, like, I have some of the best people in my life. They are some of my favorite people in this world. At work, the kids are super excited when I show them I have a YouTube. They're like, what? And so then they're like, can you write down your YouTube name so that way I can go and like watch your videos and stuff of things that you make? Because a lot of them crochet and do different things. Most of them don't make the plushies, but they really do enjoy it. So that is one thing I can say about this craft and this hobby of mine. I have really enjoyed sharing it and just being a part of it. that's why I do the YouTube and stuff, is because, like, it just gives me an outlet to share it to. And there are people, there's 200 of y'all that subscribe to come back and watch me. So, like I said, I have lost a few subscribers here and there along the way, because, you know, maybe I'm just not their fit, I'm not their, you know, person to go and watch, which is perfectly fine. But to those of you that come back and watch, I can't thank you enough. Another friend I have to shout out is Felicia from Bellossom Goodies. She, you know, we're tagging each other in Instagram all the time. If she's applying for a tester call, she's tagging me. If I'm applying for a tester call, I'm tagging her. You know, she's about to have to start work, so we're gonna get to see her a little bit less. So, you know, go. I think she's got a YouTube. I don't know if she's posted anything. I need to go look, because she's not one that pops up on my feed all the time, so I do have to go and find her and look and see at her YouTube and stuff. I do know that her Instagram just hit like 600. So if we could get her, you know, to 1,000 by the end of the year, that would be great. But a couple of the Patreons I'm a part of, there's a lot of going on. There's a lot of interaction. So, you know, if you've been thinking about, like, okay, I really like this person, I watch their stuff, or I make their patterns all the time, think about going and supporting them if you're able to. Even if it's just 1 month, because you can pay for it for a month and then hit cancel membership, and it won't cancel it, or like won't end it until the day that it's supposed to expire. I found that out recently. So, you know, I mean, if there's somebody that you like and you can afford it for 1 month, do it, because I promise you, it has made a world of a difference in my life this past year. Yeah, and don't be afraid to tag the big name YouTubers in your videos either. The two I normally are typically tagging is April and Stacy, because I've been doing their challenges, which, P.S., we need a new challenge whenever y'all get back from y'all's little vacay. But I love them. I watch their videos all the time. In fact, April has been posting. She did 2 spooky videos back to back. One was pay patterns, one was free patterns. So, y'all need to go check those out. There's a few things I might be going to make. I'm gonna have to go and get the pay patterns, because the free ones I've either have already made, or they're just not my thing. But there was a few of her pay ones that I had my eye on, and I need to look at those. Stacy is always putting out new patterns. She has like 18 fancy pants. And she just put out her safety eye tutorial and supplies and all that good stuff. So anyone that does eyes and stuff, go and watch those videos. Who else is somebody I need to shout out? Of course, I watch Kat's video. I watched hers today. Like I said, I'm a mod in her Discord, so of course, you know, I'm all up to date on Kat's stuff. I got to test her Mama Ghost pattern. I've got to get onto her about that, because we need to get that posted before the first week of October is ended, because she wants to get it out before Halloween gets started. So yeah, I have made her that pattern. I've got to send her my last minute photos. I did not do that. And I just realized that. I sent her ones, but not ones where it's outside and it's nice, pretty, and organized. But I've got to do that. Tonight on live, we're going to be making pandas. So, we'll see how that goes. Oh, and I also, for my business, I applied for the affiliate program with Premiere, and I got in. So in my last video, I did post that. I know I did not talk about it. I still am not sure about it. I will post it down in the description again for you guys. I know everybody has a Premiere link, but you know, if you want to support someone else for the first time, and it lets you use it, I would definitely try to use it. We're always trying to save money on yarn and stuff, and anytime you can get a deal, even if it's just 10%, 10% is tax. So, but anyway guys, I'll see y'all in the next video. If you made it all the way to this point, list one of your favorite YouTubers to watch. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye guys.